Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot. Oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girlz. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girlz.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girlz Radio. I am your host, Patricia Baker. I'm here with my co-host, PK, melting in Tucson.
That
Bravely.
is a truism.
Bravely.
Yes, very bravely. 105 is nothing.
That's nothing for you. And look at you, cool as a cucumber sitting there.
That's right.
The rest of us, the rest of you want to see us tonight, then all you have to do is go to our chat room, irnchat.com, go to menu, and I think it's video or something like that, where you can find us and you can watch us. So we're excited to be on the air tonight because PK, as you know, we've got one of our favorite people on.
That's for sure.
We have Michelle Piper, a very famous psychic medium. We're going to bring her on in a few minutes. And then she's going to be offering free readings for all of our lovely audience members. If you'd like a reading with Michelle tonight, you can call in 888-919-2355. Again, that's 888-919-2355. Or if you're kind of on the shy side, we understand. And you can write your question in the chat room, which is, again, irnchat.com. That's irnchat.com. And we will ask Michelle your question on your behalf. So stay tuned. We're going to bring her on in a few minutes. But first and foremost, we need to talk to you, PK, about the numbers.
Oh, the numbers are driving everybody crazy. It's a 7 universal month, so everybody's being plagued with being overly tired, totally worn out, very suspicious of others or what's going on or what's really behind things. Some of us are facing more legal issues than thought about or wanting to think about. And dreaming, the dream state is really taking over for a lot of us. But more important is the fact that our mind is changing much more rapidly than we can put anything together. You'll start something, you jump off into something else, you try to come back, and it's like riding a roller coaster. And you're exhausted because the ride is not comfortable. I think somebody put tacks on my seat.
Oh, no, the worst.
They did.
Oh, terrible. So, yeah, it sounds like we got to buckle up for a little while.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're waking up every hour on the hour, like a good many of us are this month, don't be surprised. Just know that it's only for another 25 days.
Okay.
We'll be out of it.
And then we'll survive another whatever is coming our way. Now, I just heard that North Korea set off a bunch of missiles just now.
Well, that would not be a surprise because the 7 deals with secrets, deceit, and deception as well. So we've got stuff coming that we have not even thought of yet. Before this month is over, there's going to be a lot of shake, rattle, and roll. And I hope we take our little friend's Twitter button away.
I love his tweets. I do.
Well, I don't
they're
mind
so
some of them, but some of them have got people ready to jump off of bridges or push him off a bridge. God love him. He's got every opportunity to do well. That's it right now. The 7 says, be spiritual, think, plan, then do.
Okay.
I wish he would just think and plan.
Well, that's not really his personality, but that's okay.
Of course not.
That's okay.
That's all right.
We have a lot going on in the UFO world. Now, last week, we talked about our friend, Robert Bigelow, who we love, and we'd love to have him on the show because he is so well informed about ETs and UFOs. He knows what the real story is, and he even came out on 60 Minutes and talked about it, which God bless him for that. And
that
for
was
all
fabulous.
It was amazing. So the internet is still burning up with that story. I'm seeing it posted just about everywhere.
Yes,
but
for sure.
Besides that, now we posted a story about Mars today on our Facebook page. So everybody go to the Facebook page. You're going to see a story about a hole on Mars that they believe was constructed by aliens. And where was this being reported? Guess what, everybody? The mainstream news. So something's up. And PK, you've been talking about this for a while, that you feel that they're going to start actually working with that D word, disclosure.
Oh, they have to. It's a one universal year. This is the best time for them to come out with things like this because they won't look like the that they've been for keeping all the secret. Right. Now this way it'll come out, but it will make them not look quite as bad as it could have.
Exactly. And I think with Mr. Bigelow's disclosure on 60 Minutes, he opened the door for them, and let's see if they walk through. Now, we know whatever comes from the government will be heavily sanitized. We don't expect.
You think?
No, I think. I do.
I can't believe they do that.
They're going to sanitize it because they want to control it, and we all know that. And we don't need to hear, from them that aliens are here and visiting. We know that. We just want them to kind of come clean as best they can. So looks like that's kind of on the way. Otherwise, we wouldn't be reading these stories in mainstream media. So I was interested to see the story about Mars on Fox News.
That shocked me when I saw that. I thought, oh, my God. Well, of course, Fox likes to be first in everything.
Yeah, they might as well be first with this, right?
Sure. Why not?
So, yeah.
When it wraps around the fact that there's a big hole there, Fox should tell us about it.
I think they should. We deserve to know everything. So
definitely.
Now, this one, you and I found this very interesting. And this is in the Chicago area. There is a current Mothman flap. So there's been sighting after sighting in the Chicago area of who we've come to know as Mothman. Now, in the original Mothman story years and years ago, this was a sighting. I forget exactly where it was. Was it on the North Carolina border? Someplace like that.
West Virginia.
West Virginia? Thank you, Michelle. It was on the West Virginia border. And some people feel that Mothman was actually coming to be a warning about the big bridge that collapsed, killed a lot of people. Other people think Mothman was just there observing one of our human catastrophes. So here we've got a lot of sightings in the Chicago area. And the question is this a warning or is this something else? So a lot of people have opinions. You will see that story again on our Facebook page. Make sure you go there, give us a like, follow us, and follow us on Twitter as well to keep up with everything we're doing. And don't forget, also sign up for our newsletter, The Fringe Files. We send it out once a week, and it contains the information about the show and other exciting things that we're doing. Because we're always doing something exciting here. We've been watching your fog. Now, last week there was no fog.
We'll see what happens this time.
We're going to see what happens this time. But last time there was just a little bit, not a lot. So it looks like it might be going away. But it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight and when we bring our UFO guests back. Because we've got a bunch of UFO guests coming up. And so we have got to keep an eye on you, PK. Make sure you don't get, beamed up right in front of us.
Oh, God, that's all I need. I'd have to check to make sure my hair is done. And all that is in place before I do it.
Beautiful. There's no better time to be beamed up, quite honestly. So,
hi, Scotty.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to keep watching you. Now, I also want to let everybody know next week we will not be doing a live show because our incredibly talented producer is taking a vacation. Without our permission.
Definitely without our permission.
No, we said no. He's going anyways. So we'll not be doing a live show. We are going to share with you one of our favorite shows, though, which is our most recent interview with Don Oscar, the incredible shaman from Peru. He did an incredible show with us. Remember that? He was talking about the UFO show that landed in Peru, and there were 200 journalists there watching the whole thing. So he told the story like no one else can, and we're looking to bring him back. And the man Sisto that he talked about that actually was picked up by the ETs and taken far, far away, and then brought back and was completely disheveled after his experience. Remember that? It was great. So don't miss next week's show. It's worth listening to, even though we won't be with you live. We'll be with you in spirit. So don't miss it.
And everything we do is in spirit.
It is. Because we are so spiritual, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So here we are. So we have tonight Michelle Piper, who is an acclaimed psychic medium. She read for our audience about, 2 or 3 months ago. And people feedback
about that.
Please bring Michelle back. So we're going to do our best tonight to have Michelle talk to you about your questions and your concerns. So again, call us up, 888-919-2355. That is 888-919-2355. Or if you're shy, that's okay. You can write your question in the chat room and we will ask Michelle on your behalf. So we'll get it answered for you. We're going to try to get to everybody tonight. But in the meantime, let's introduce you to Michelle. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Hello. How are you?
It's good seeing you, young lady.
Great. How are you doing?
I am absolutely amazing. Fantastic, even though the full moon's coming on Friday. I got myself grounded enough to
not at my
get through
house.
the week.
You said no full moon there. That's it.
You said, no more. Done.
That's it. I'm done.
That's it. Done. You're done. You're tired of being tired. That's your famous quote, PK.
It is right now. And after the show, I've got a question for you.
Oh, sounds good. I'll be ready. Trust me.
Woohoo!
So, Michelle, if you would, please tell our audience a little bit about you, because we always have new listeners that may not have heard your last show. So how did you get into this? Tell everybody how all of this came about for you.
You know, I was young. You know, my first experience was when I was 6 years old. And as I started to grow and evolve, I hid it for a very long time. And I was treated very poorly when I finally did come out. Of course, everyone likes to judge and make fun of you and things like that. But one day I just heard the calling. Like I just heard this voice saying, here's the name. This is what you're going to be. And I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? I got 3 kids in diapers. I'm, 25 pounds overweight. I had just gotten through thyroid cancer. I quit my practice. I was a holistic practitioner for many years. I had stopped, I was a midwife. I stopped delivering babies. I'm thinking, I'm going to be a psychic medium? I mean, that's crazy. You know what I mean? You're thinking how? And ever since 2006, it evolved. And I slowly built my business up just by doing my work. I didn't advertise. It was all based on referral. And in the last couple of years, I've been signed with a studio and here in Chicago and with a marketing agency. And I have my own producer. And we have taken the company global. And I'm actually doing readings live on events, and I just wrote my second book, and I'm so blessed, Patricia and PK, I can't, to do our work is one thing, but to do what we do, and I always get emotional when I say this, but to do what we do and be able to connect the dead with those who are here living is just, it's amazing. I still get amazed by that I'm able to hear and see the other side so clearly. I have all 6 clairs, so I can hear, taste, see, smell, touch, They come through it's almost like a computer. Once it starts, it just doesn't stop. I get the visions, I get the form, I talk to them as if they're sitting in front of me. And, I didn't train for this. It's not like I went to school or read a book. It's just, it happened. And it got more and more and more as I started to get older. And now I'm turning 48 this year. And as I'm now at this level, I am such in a high vibration. The clarity is just unfathomable to me. Like I can't even believe that I'm so blessed to be able to do this. And my biggest joy is watching my clients' responses, to see their growth and evolvement spiritually, and to be able to connect them with their loved ones is just the best thing I can ever do before I leave this earth. It is just amazing.
That's great.
Special, very special.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's great because it leaves you with such a good feeling that you're helping people.
It
now,
does.
Can you share with us, maybe again without revealing personal details about somebody's name or whatever, any of the sessions you've done that you think have been really profound? I'm sure they all are in their own way, but things that our audience might be surprised by or would be shocked by.
I have many. I think the biggest one that stands out to me is the day I got a call from my neighbor. And I don't know if they're listening, but I had gotten a call from my neighbor that her best friend's brother was in the ICU at a hospital. And he had been beaten the night before, and that's all she told me. She's like, I would never ask you to do this, but can you come to the hospital? And most of the time I won't do that because A, I don't know the family. B, the energies that are involved. C, now we're talking possibly a criminal case. If that is the case, when I tap in, and something compelled me to go. And I don't usually say yes. And I did it for free. It's not like I was charging or anything. I was compelled to go, so I did. I went to the hospital, and I kid you not, I wasn't even in the room maybe a minute. And it was just, I saw where, how, who, and I will tell you, the father took me out of the room, and he was crying and had me crying. And he said to me, and I quote, there is no way you were able to pull those two names that you gave us. And because they are in jail, I can't give you the names of the family or the people, but the two names I gave them were caught, and those were the names. They did find the weapon where I saw it, and those two children were in juvenile detention, and they did go to jail for manslaughter.
Wow.
So I believe it was manslaughter. Don't misquote me there, but that reading, I'll never forget the day that the family's face, I'll never forget the father's face when I said the two names, because those were the two boys who were at the party. And that is who they, in their heart, felt did it, but everybody was hiding it.
Oh, how awful.
And how it happened was through this metal bar. And I said, it's in a lake. They threw it. It's in the middle. He paid divers to go, and they found it in the lake.
Oh, my gosh.
So the blood, how the blood still stayed on, because I thought, I might be stupid here, but I thought you would wash it off. I mean, it's in water. You would think it would wash off. Mm-hmm. And that's how they caught not only the name, but then they had the weapon.
So the young man that was beaten passed away?
He actually did not. So that's why I don't think it's manslaughter. It might have been aggravated attempt of or I don't know the legal terms, but right. They went to jail for a while. It was like 5 years. Attempted murder, maybe
attempted murder,
something like that. But
aggravated assault.
So they had read him his rights, and after about a month, he actually came out of the coma. So they don't do that a lot anymore. They don't let you come out of comas as much anymore, I don't feel. But they don't. They can't wait to pull the plug. But this family allowed him to heal, and he did come out. He is still alive.
So they gave him his last rites, but he pulled through.
So that
amazing.
Was the biggest one. Yeah. I have several, but that probably is the most profound one that I tell to people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the ability you have to actually solve crimes like this, because so many times, you know, police don't know where to go. They don't know where to turn. And a lot of police don't really rely on the family to give them good, solid information.
Correct.
So it's really, I think, important that the police learn to work more with people like you.
I wish they would
Because it
too.
would help.
I wish they would too. I mean, most of the time when the families are desperate and searching, they seek me out. They hire my expertise on to help them, you know, when they're doing their own investigation. And it could be so much easier if we just start at the time of the crime. You know, I've had actually a family take me to a crime location, and I made them be quiet, and I walked them through the entire crime from beginning to end, from start to finish, to where it happened, to how it happened, to where, you know, he died. And believe it or not, it ended up all holding true. Several years later, obviously, I found out, but everything I walked them through, actually, the investigative report followed through with that. Now, think about that. That was years later. Had we just done it at the beginning with the police, it could have been done, you know, like this.
Exactly.
And, you know, and sometimes we're not meant to know. I mean, I love to tell the audience that too, you know, there's a lot, you know, we'd be robotic if we're all meant to rely on information. You know, we're here to help, but there are things we're truly sometimes not meant to know. We're not meant to know the answers to. But when we are, we truly are. And I wish police would rely more, like you said, on talented mediums who read in a high vibration. You know, there's different levels.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll know if they're authentic and if they're really seeing correctly. And I agree with you. And I think that's how I got my name, Motherella. Like, that name came, and people don't even call me Michelle Piper. They call me Motherella. It's the cutest thing ever. That's actually my brand name, because people call me Motherella. They don't call me Michelle.
What does Motherella mean? What,
It's
does it have a special meaning?
It's like the name I had heard, and I always tell the joke that I have been on a phone with a friend, and I said, I feel like Mother friggin' Rella, you know, on the phone, like, you know,
they dropped the middle part on it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Cinderella, but Motherella. Okay.
And she's like, what made you say that? I said, I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be my business name. And I called an attorney, and I made it my business. You're talking in 2006. And I thought it was going to be T-shirts. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a mom with a bunch of kids laying around, and here I am as a psychic medium spiritual
With a bunch of
teacher.
kids lying around.
Yeah. Well, they're all dead kids lying around. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, and here I am. I'm known as Motherella.
That is really something.
So I kind of got
Gosh,
used to it. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Even my team calls me.
Even your team calls you this? Oh my goodness.
They call me. They don't call me Michelle. They're like, tell Motherella to come over here. Tell her to look in the camera this way, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's
That's
funny.
so cute. Well, here's a question. This one is from Denise Clark Kress, and she says, I usually don't ask this.
Okay.
But is my mom available on the other side to relay any messages to you for me? My reading last time was amazing. Thanks from my heart.
Aw, you're so sweet. All right, so can she type in just the first name, because you and I both know Spirit loves to take their time to come
Hey,
through.
Denise, would you please type in your mom's first name, and then I'll be able to pass that on to Michelle.
I also heard the name Marie. I don't know who that is, but I did hear Marie. And she doesn't have to worry about is she around, because the answer is yes. So I do want to clarify that. I think people tend to think when their family dies that they're not around, and that if they don't feel them, they're not around, and that's not true. I love clarifying that for people. Your loved ones are always around. It's whether or not you're tapped into their energy to know if they're around. But they are around. It's not like they float away and say goodbye to us for months at a time. They're there when we need them always. So the only other message I hear for you, Denise, before you tell me your name, that I'm hearing, and I'm hoping it's from Mom, because I won't tap in if I don't know who it is, because of what we were talking about earlier, the lower vibration. But I will tell you, your mom is saying something about not worrying so much about the 14 months ahead as much as you need to focus on you now. And I don't know what's going on personally. That's a longer reading, but She's very adamant about the 14 months ahead. And she wants you to focus on the now. Stop worrying about what's happening in 2018.
Okay, I don't see a name from Denise yet. So if one comes up, we'll let you know.
Okay,
but
keep going.
It sounds like you answered the question. Okay. So here's another question, and this one came through in a text. They want to know, how do you shut this off? Because you said that this comes through so boldly and so clearly. So when you want to take a break from this, how do you shut it down?
I love that question. Thank you for asking. Whoever asked that, I love it, especially because I'm a different type of psychic medium. I live with the afterlife every day, and I've lived with them since I've been 6. So it's not like I've ever really been detached from the afterlife. I've always had them with me. What I've done is, as I started to get older and I started to mature and I started to hear my guidance, I'm now able to contractually work with spirit. So let's just say today I'm running with my kids. Okay, so of course it's my kids in the car, and then I got spirit around me. I can actually ask them, okay, I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm intimate with my husband, right? You think I want spirit in my room? No. No, because I can see them. Don't forget.
I would think not.
So, distraction is there. I just ask simply and very nicely, it is my time. I'm asking you to remove yourself, not permanently, just temporarily. And sometimes I'll even give them a time. I'm writing this in my upcoming blog about bumps in the night, or bumps of the night. And I talk about how I ask them to leave me alone between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. so I can sleep. I'm at this age now, I don't want messages in my sleep anymore. I think it's great. If it's not a dire emergency, I don't need them waking me up all night long. So I have the ability to actually let them know when I need my time, and they do honor it. They very much do. And I teach people that too. I know there's a lot of people who have a lot of activity in their sleep when they're sleeping, or they feel things. And I always say, if it bothers you or scares you, or it's too much energy, all you have to do is simply nicely say, listen, I can't do this right now. I'm in human body. I'm on Earth's time, and I really need this time for myself. Can you please just step back for a moment, let me be, and we can resume and whatever. Even though they have their own language, they do understand what we're communicating. It's just a translation thing. It's an energy. So I do very well about keeping them at a distance when I want them to be. I'll tell you, though, most of the time, I don't have to, because I've gotten so used to them around. It's not like I have to do that. It's like the Brady Bunch of spirit. But I love that question.
To you because
they
you're in charge.
Do. They
and
do.
We're all in charge.
We all are in charge, and that's what people don't understand. I love teaching people that you don't have to be afraid, because technically we're in charge. What we're sometimes not in charge of is the lower vibration entities that like to come through, such as this Mothman we're talking about. That, sometimes we don't always get to be in charge, and they try to take over, and they try to utilize our energy, and they try to dictate to us, but most of the time that doesn't affect me. Like if I saw Mothman right now, or whatever is Mothman, right? Mothman. I wouldn't, would I be a little, probably, but am I going to be frightened? Absolutely not. I'd be like, what do you need? Tell me what you want. What is the message? And then you need to go on your way. That's exactly how I would do it. My Italians like this would be exactly like that. Yeah. Meaning spirit.
And so. I agree with you. I mean, I think part of what happens with Mothman and other creatures that show up is we get so terrified rather than communicate with it. And I've said this before repeatedly on the show. I don't care if it's Bigfoot or what it is. It needs to be, there's a communication issue here that we need to take responsibility for communicating with anything that comes into our reality, no matter what it is. Correct. So we're going to talk a little bit about Mothman after the break, because we want to get your feelings, Michelle, about what you think Mothman is doing here and why so many people have seen Mothman in the Chicago area. This is a huge amount of sightings in a short period of time. So that we're going to come back to this after the break. We have a break in another minute and a half or so. But This is an important issue because we're seeing more and more of these creatures. Either we're seeing more and more of them, or people are able to report more and more of them because we have cell phones, we have cameras on our phones, we have a way to get the word out. We can post it immediately on Facebook or wherever, so people know that I just saw this, I just had this experience. Whereas years ago, we didn't have this kind of flash technology that would allow us to do it. So we're going to get back to this because it's a very important question I want you to answer for all of us is, what is Mothman doing over the Chicago area? Why so many sightings? What do they want? And we have got to know. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a very short commercial break. We're going to come back. Waiting, we're going to try to get to you. So again, if you want a reading, call in at 888-919-2355. That's 888-919-2355. Or write your question in the chat room, irnchat.com. That's irnchat.com. Okay, everybody, stay tuned. You're listening to Supernatural Girlz Radio. We'll be right back.
Listening to IRN, the Inception Radio Network, Chicago, Illinois.
You didn't forget what's coming up tonight, did you? Hi, Inception Radio Network listeners. This is Amanda. Never miss that interview you were looking forward to or the show on your favorite topic. Follow IRN on Twitter, I_R_N, and get reminders about the evening's live shows as well as fun and important updates throughout the week. That's I_R_N, and never miss a great show again.
Do you want more out of life? CreativeStrength.us can help you turn your dreams into a reality. Do you suffer from common health issues or stress? Are you sick of living day after day in pain and anxiety? Have you tried traditional methods but see no results? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then the 15-day Scalar Energy Healing free trial is perfect for you. When you sign up for the Scalar Energy free trial, you'll get 3 free treatments: a pathogenic cleanse, nutrient therapy, and chakra balance for every day of the 15-day trial. Go to CreativeStrength.us to learn more about this free trial and sign up. There is no credit card required.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Old moon, yeah. That's Hugo, tickling the ivories. He just saved by bundling home and auto with Progressive. Gonna finally buy a ring for that gal of yours, Hugo? Send her my condolences. Hi-oh! This next one's for you, too. There's a burglar in my heart. Thank you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Only your willingness to improve your life. Anyone, anywhere in the world can register for this free trial of Scalar Energy treatments. Healing energy is all around us, and now CreativeStrength.us has a way to help you harness it to improve your daily life. Only a picture of yourself is needed to be treated with Scalar Energy. Simply email your photo and enjoy the Scalar Energy treatments. You can experience the miraculous, life-changing powers of Scalar Energy Healing from the comfort of your own home. Visit CreativeStrength.us. Change your life for the better, effortlessly. Go to CreativeStrength.us today.
Hi, can you hear my voice? Imagine how many other people can hear it too. If you have advertising needs, then look no further. The Inception Radio Network currently has openings for on-air advertisements and radio show sponsorships. Given any thought to your target demographic? Inception has you covered there too. Advertising on a network gives you multiple opportunities to advertise on a wide variety of radio show broadcasts, and we have one to fit every advertising need. You know, in recent years, internet radio has exhibited a phenomenal listener growth. An Arbitron Edison survey shows that online radio boosts at least 33 million unique visitors each week and 54 million each month. And that number amazingly continues to grow. And these listeners are a part of many businesses' core demographics. And surveys have shown that internet radio listeners are far more likely than regular radio listeners to spend money on a whole range of activities. You know, internet listeners vote, they dine out and eat fast food, and they grab a cup of coffee. And here's the interesting one. They buy items online at a much higher rate than all other market segments combined. Internet radio also enables businesses to connect with consumers during work hours, where increasingly more lifestyle decisions are being made. Advertise with the best. The Inception Radio Network offers competitive advertising rates to fit just about anyone's advertising budget. Stop by today at www.inceptionradionetwork.com or call us toll-free at 1-888-919-2355. Get the word out. Get results with the Inception Radio Network.
Are you a fan of Inception Radio Network? Do you reckon it's the best alternative talk radio station on the planet? Well, if you do, head to facebook.com/Inception Radio Network and like the page. Tell your friends, spread the word, and keep listening to the best.
Hello, Inception Radio Network listeners. This is Amanda. Remember, you can take your Inception Radio shows on the go. Just download the Inception Radio Network app for your iPhone, iPad, or Android smartphones and access live shows, past shows, guest lineups, and much more. Just visit the iTunes Store or the Google Play Marketplace and download it today for free.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girlz Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker. I'm here with my co-host all the way from Tucson, PK, and our amazing guest tonight, Michelle Piper. She is an acclaimed psychic medium. She is answering questions for our audience. You can call in at 888-919-2355. Again, that's 888-919-2355, or you can write your question in the chat room at irnchat.com, irnchat.com, and we'll ask your question for you. Now, we got to follow up with Mothman. Right, because this is an amazing story. We love the Mothman story from before. There's no definitive answer from the past, but what are your feelings about this? What does Spirit tell you about all these Mothman sightings in Chicago?
I just, I was kind of channeling on it before because I knew we were going to talk about it tonight, and there's all these sightings, and I don't know if your audience knows this, but they're at random dates. There's one from, say, March 22nd, then there's 15 sightings on, like, April 7th, and then there's boaters on Lake Michigan here in Chicago that saw it around the 15th. There's also been reportings of a truck driver who saw it on the highway. So this is not something, I want to explain how Chicago is. We have the lake, which I feel is a portal. But we also have these sightings outside of that area in areas of Chicago that are not close to the lake. So that's not a coincidence. There, you know, everybody can challenge it and say it's a hoax and use all these, you know, different words. You read some of the stories, they say it's an owl. I mean, come on, no owl is 7 feet tall. And if it is, you know,
exactly,
that's going in the Guinness Book of Records, not on some paranormal show. So I think people need to start becoming more aware that the reason why here in Chicago I feel it's becoming more populated with this Mothman is, one, we are in a very low vibration here in Chicago. If you notice, our crime is at an all-time high.
Right.
There is a lot of angry souls. There's a lot of mixed energies going on, you know. Then you throw in the moon energies, then you throw the water portal. We're in this vortex, if you will, where our vibration here in the city is extremely low. What happens when that happens? We start attracting in, not just us as humans, but from a portal level, these lower vibration entities. And I don't care what people want to challenge me with. I hear what I hear and I see what I see. There are other entities and realms out there, no matter how, because I see it. Mm-hmm. Just because I don't want to communicate with it doesn't mean I don't see it in my wake life. There are these types of sightings meant to be like that because they're coming to give us messages. They're coming with a mission. They're coming with something to accomplish. They have something to tell us, but why is that also happening? I think paranormal investigations are at an all-time high. I think there's a lot of people trying to channel these energies through, but once they get here, they don't know what to do with them. It's all exciting to a point to channel these entities through, but when they're here, just because you caught them on audio or tape doesn't mean anything. So now that they're through, what is the message? Or because everyone's in the world of electronics, you mm-hmm. and I both know just electronics alone are portals. That's how they pull the energy through. That, they're coming through some of these phones and laptops. I mean, everywhere you go, there's electronics. So that's another, circumstance why I feel there's more and more sightings. But the vibration here in Chicago is extremely low. I feel it just living here. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm telling you there's something energetically going on in the city, around the city, and I would say almost like as if you imagine a bubble extending out mm-hmm. long. Do I think it's an omen? No, I don't agree with that. But do I think it's a warning of the evil that's going on around? Yes. And I pick that up ever so strongly. And I mm-hmm. have actually said to my husband, he will tell you if I can get him to speak ever, that I told him something crazy is coming. I've told him this over a year ago. Yeah. Something crazy is about to happen, and we're going to start seeing all these things that people are going to call weird, but these messages are going to start coming through. So when you talk about this Mothman, we can call him whatever you want, but it is an entity. And he does have a message, and it is a male because I can see it. All these people are citing the same thing: 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall, black figure, red eyes. If you look at all the reports, they're all talking about the same type of view of this entity. Mm-hmm. How could that even be possible if half those people are reporting and aren't even in the same spot? You have 5 sightings just in the same day with different parts of Chicago. So what exactly. are all these people collaborating, calling each other up, saying, oh, we're going to play a hoax and we don't even know each other? No. People need to get out of their own way. They need to open up their minds. They need to realize that there's something much bigger outside of Earth. There's different realms.
Well, that's true. That's very true. And I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yes.
But the thing with Mothman is this, and, even in his West Virginia escapades, nobody got hurt by Mothman.
No, it was
as far as I know, from the stories I've read and the accounts that have come forward, nobody was injured. Nobody was, they were scared because it was such an unusual thing to see, mm-hmm. but nobody was attacked. Correct. So this is an entity that's come here, it sounds to me, to observe, to just watch
and give a message, and to have a message.
And what's mm-hmm. the message? What do you think the message?
I have to just strongly tell you, I feel now's the time to really slow down and pay attention. It is time to start slowing down and paying attention. We are in a world of fast, quick, angry, venom. I mean, we have this crap on social media all the time. Everyone says they're spiritual. Well, guess what? You can't be spiritual and then bash the president on social media. That doesn't work. Or bash your neighbor or bash your loved ones. You can't call yourself spiritual and be angry verbally. The two don't coincide. So I think this entity, and I would call it an entity, is coming through saying, listen, if we lower this vibration anymore, I'm warning you, they are messengers too. Everyone thinks messengers are only angels. Well, guess what? There's dark angels and there's white light angels. So the darker angels still give us messages, and he's telling us, or, they, because there's more than one, I feel, are coming down saying, you need to slow down. You need to start loving each other and being kind to each other, because if you don't, the angry, the low vibration, the unsettled feelings, the dark side of these energies are going to start coming through, taking over us, and we're going to continue to have violence and crime in our world. And people can call me crazy, call me a whack job. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me, because I hear what I hear and I see what I see. Mm-hmm. This stuff isn't made up. It's very, very real. It's very real. And it's coming as a warning. I don't think it's like the world's going to blow up. I don't think Lake Michigan's going to have, a tsunami, but I do feel Chicago is in its worst crime that it's ever been in. And I grew up here. Why is that? While you were talking, Michelle, and PK, I'm sure you saw this too, in your little video square, all of a sudden, because we have camera tracking, I guess, with this business Skype, as Joe explained to us. So all of a sudden, your camera went to your left. Did you see that, PK?
No. Yeah.
It went to Michelle's left, and then all of a sudden it went to a widescreen, and what I saw on your left was some entity of light. Did you see that, PK? It was right on the left side. Very interesting. When we play this again, we'll have to look at about 8:15 Eastern time and see what was there. But something moved the camera, and it wasn't you. So it was very interesting as you were talking about this. But let me go back to Mothman again, because I'm fascinated by Mothman. I never felt Mothman was evil. I never felt Mothman was out to hurt anybody. My sense of Mothman was that Mothman was here again as an observer, and whatever happened with the bridge, I don't feel he caused it. It just happened, and it was something he probably knew was going to happen, but he came to observe. That's my feeling. Again, based on other accounts, nobody was attacked, nobody was hurt, nobody was, murdered by Mothman, as far as we know. So there is something that's attracting these types of entities to your area to watch. And certainly we all feel the darkness of Chicago. It is tremendously dark. It's attracting more and more spirits who have passed. I mean, I see them, spirits who have passed, who are hanging around, and they are not pretty to look at. So I feel for you. That's not a pleasant.
I just filmed, that's funny you say that. I just filmed an episode of my show in one of the graveyards 2.5 hours from where I live. And just through that graveyard, I was capturing in my vision, I tried not to communicate, but there was more. I go to graveyards. It's like my peace and serenity, but I've seen more now than in 40 years I've been going, where these dark entities were like I guess the good word is floating, because they walk, but they float walk, and more so than typical. And what was interesting is there is water where I was. It was Galena, Illinois. So there is water not far from this graveyard. So I also feel there's something with the energy of the water making them come through. Oh, did you hear that?
Yes.
I heard that loud and clear. You better replay that. I heard it loud and clear.
There's something
tell everybody
else
what you
going
heard.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Yes. I heard Spirit say yes through the audio. Very loud.
And one of the things I'm picking up when we're talking about this is there are many people moving out of the Chicago area down into the southern part of Illinois, but they're bringing in the negativity of all things. And particularly along the Illinois River. And
see, by the water.
Yeah, that's why, because that was where area I was raised in. But they're talking about the people coming in, and it's involving drugs, et cetera, et cetera. And these are little small farm communities that are being overtaken by the negativity because they could absorb their products and people that they can't do in Chicago anymore because there's nothing but shells in many respects left.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
Wow.
So Mothman is, that's the name that we've created, but it is an entity, and he does have a message, and it's not an omen. Like, he's not here to hurt anybody. Like, I'm going to kill you. It's not, the darkness that some people like to talk about where they come and take us as humans. It is just someone, like you just said, Patricia, observing in a way that wants a clear message sent to us. And if we don't respond to that message, you will see more of this going on.
People aren't listening. We haven't got the attention enough. It's like the old story used to smack alongside the head so they'll pay attention.
Yes, PK.
Nobody's paying attention.
No.
Well, we are, though. We're paying more attention, I think, and that's why these sightings are getting reported. Mm-hmm. So there are people who are startled by this, but they are sharing it, thank goodness. So I'm very happy to see that people are sharing their experiences rather than running away from them or being ashamed to share them. So that's the good part. So, well, it's an incredible experience that's happening over and over and again in your area and where you grew up, PK. That's amazing that you have roots there. But let's go to Tony. We've kept Tony waiting very patiently. So,
hi, Tony.
Tony's still there.
Tony, unmute your mic and join us, and please ask Michelle your question. So welcome to the show.
Hi, beautiful ladies. How are you?
Hi. Thank you.
Hi, Tony.
Thank you so much.
Michelle, it's a pleasure to speak to you. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem, Tony. Glad to have you.
Thanks. This is an exciting topic. I love the topic of Mothman. So I'm just sitting here making my dinner, and I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Wonderful. We live in a different world, Tony.
I'll tell you, I live most of the time in New York City, so I feel you. Trust me.
So what's your question? What can I help you with?
I don't have anything specific. Just kind of wondering what should I do with the rest of my life?
Well, I'm glad you're asking that question for two reasons. One, because if you call anyone and they tell you to do X, Y, and Z, they're probably not telling you right. It is not the time, Spirit tells me, to start focusing on path and purpose. You have other things that are more important in your life right now, such as yourself and your family. And I heard grounding, learning to ground. Once you do that, and grounding is about being present. Okay, being present and enjoying what's in front of us. I teach mindfulness, so a lot of times in this world we're not mindful. So right now I hear Spirit saying you're not meant to focus on path and purpose, but in 4 years you're going to start to have a soul awakening. And as soon as that soul awakening hits, the first thing I heard is writing. And the second thing I heard is speaking. And you have this ability to capture in people who want to listen to you. That's not something that can be learned. There's a lot of people who go to school to public speak. There's a lot of people who want to be motivational speakers and inspirational speakers, but you can learn it, but is it innate in you? Is it something that really is going to capture? That's why you hear a lot of these stories. Sometimes these life coaches and these public speakers don't make it because they went to it, to school to study it, but they don't have the love of it. It's not like in their blood. It's in you. Wow. You just need to pull it out of you. You have an attraction of women who are going to listen to you speak about life. Here's what I'm hearing: life-altering shifts. You've gone through many life-altering shifts since you've been 16. And there's a lot of those shifts that can help people, both from family, both from being, a mother figure, to being a woman, to being a partner, to being a caretaker. So that is where you're capturing your audience, but not for 4 more years. You are still meant to grow and evolve until your soul awakens on its own.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel that. I do. And it's funny because sometimes I get restless and I'm trying to figure out, like, what should I be doing? Come on, be doing.
But see, you keep asking.
I think you're right on the money.
Yep, they're not answering you yet because you're still evolving. Here's what I suggest, just from someone who's had soul awakening almost 20 years ago. The best thing I did for myself, I used to capture the words and the sentences in my head onto an audio tape. Back then we had recorders. We didn't have the cell phones. When you get these thoughts, throw some on your audio tapes, because over those 4 years, I bet you when you look back, you'll have your own book. I'll bet you.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And you'll remember I said it. And Spirit told me to tell you, when you hear the name Jamie, the minute you hear the name Jamie, you know I'm right.
Okay.
Don't tell me you know Jamie. You already know who Jamie is? Do you already know?
No, I don't. But I'm going to write down the name Jamie, and when I hear it,
and when I hear it, I just see you looking up going, oh my God, thank you. It's like, it's dead on. All right, good. Thank you, Tony.
Awesome. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thanks, guys. Too. Appreciate it, ladies. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for coming to the show. Here's another question, and this one is from DeSalvo Ang 9540.
Hi, Angela.
Angela wants to know, when will my lifelong partner come into my life?
We just talked about this, girl. You are so cute. July 20th.
Wow, that's accurate. I mean, it's just very specific. That's it, July 20th. This year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know that even more, a little insight here, because of the soul work you're doing behind the scenes. And she knows what I'm talking about. The writing.
How's she going to meet her soul partner?
I heard blink of an eye. So you'll just...
Interesting.
Be surprised. Blink of an eye. You may have already met him. So don't be surprised.
So this is fast. This is going to happen quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that should make Angela feel good.
Yep. And she knows why. Yep.
Wow.
God's not going to let her hanging. The universe is not letting her hang. I try not to use God because a lot of people have different beliefs, but Spirit won't let her hang.
Well, let's put it this way. There's numerous gods.
That's exactly right. That's why I want to be, I don't want to be, labeling one name. So
you're not at all.
Yeah. Spirit encompasses many, so that's good. Well, Angela, there's the answer to your question. You've got a date. You've got that it's going to happen in the blink of an eye. That's very quickly. This is great stuff. Mm-hmm. Great stuff. A lot of people.
Your bags, right?
Yeah, start it throwing that stuff in there now. A lot of people are concerned with this. This is a question I'm sure you get all the time. How do I meet my soulmate kind of thing?
Yes.
Now, is there some trick to it? I mean, what do you have to do to meet your soulmate?
Well, what's really funny is I'm going to challenge you here. I don't teach my clients to use soulmates. The clients who've been with me for 11 years, I make them switch the word to life partner. And the reason why I teach them to do that is because soulmates come in many different forms. Mm-hmm. And when we meet our soulmates, we have this innate feeling. And I just did a whole show about soulmate versus life partner a couple of weeks ago on my YouTube channel. And I talked about how when your soulmates come, they hit us hard. We have this deep connection. We got this feeling we're in love. And then all of a sudden the lessons come. And the lessons come and we're learning these lessons. And sometimes they're whisked away from us without even us trying or even wanting to be. But we still have that connection, that cord. So what I make them do is switch it. Okay, not that we're tricking the universe, because you can't trick the universe, but we can use our words to create the life we want. So I make them switch the words to permanent life partner. That way they can stop the soulmate from, the constant pattern, if you will, from occurring. And then it's up to the universe to decide, am I bringing you a soulmate this time, or are you truly getting the life partner? And then I make them focus more on the life partner more permanently, because a life partner is someone who's your companion, it's your best friend. You have the same like-minded souls. You're both spiritually evolving. You both have a plan and purpose with each other. So that is usually when I get the client to make a shift and attract that life partner in much quicker.
Well, that's a good plan.
Yeah, I've done that for a long time with clients.
Michelle, when persons have had life partners or good life partners in the past, and they're gone, will they still find another life partner that would give them the same thing?
Yes, and most of the time when I'm reading people, I'm glad you asked that, PK. Most of the time when I'm reading people, if they've lost their life partner, they have those jobs up in the afterlife. They may have that job to bring that person another life partner who either they have felt is either better for them or healthier for them. They'll never be the original life partner.
No.
But it could have some similarity to help them on their spiritual growth while they're still here on earth.
That comfort zone.
Yeah, and they still have, in the afterlife, they have a lot of business to get done, and that could be part of their plan when they get their wings strapped on.
Gee, I'm going to have to look around and I'm going to have to check for wings again.
Yeah.
Time for you to get another life partner. Why not? Right?
I don't know about that part, but we'll see.
You need somebody around.
You got to play to win, right? Well, I'm not playing.
Totally.
You got to have somebody look out for those rattlesnakes and things like that you guys have in Tucson, right?
Oh, I tell you what, I've become so independent over these years.
Good for you. I think that's great. Good for you.
Love that.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, we are going to come back and we have more questions to get to in our chat room. If you want to write a question in the chat room, go to irnchat.com. That's irnchat.com. Or you can call in at 888-919-2355. Again, that is 888-919-2355. Okay, everybody, stay tuned. You're listening to Supernatural Girlz Radio. We'll be right back.
You're listening to IRN, the Inception Radio Network. Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, Inception Radio Network listeners. This is Amanda. Just a reminder that Inception Radio Network is on Twitter. Follow us at I_R_N and keep up to date about who's on tonight, what interviews they'll be doing, who's guest spotting, what topics they'll be covering. Tweet to us, tweet about us, retweet topics to your friends, and most importantly, never miss a great show again. That's I_R_N.
Have a computer? Is your internet connection down? Don't worry. Use your trusty cell phone or landline and call into our listen line at 401-283-6700 to listen to the Inception Radio Network 24/7. Again, that call-in number is 401-283-6700. For the Inception Radio Network, I am MJ.
Do you want more out of life? CreativeStrength.us can help you turn.
Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Hey, what's that look on your face? Defeat? You want to save more money? Then start playing as a team! Bundle home and auto with Progressive. That's how you win big savings. What? You need music to get pumped? Let's do this! Hold on, I'm going to turn it up. That's too loud. Yeah, that's better.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Turn your dreams into a reality. Do you suffer from common health issues or stress? Are you sick of living day after day in pain and anxiety? Have you tried traditional methods but see no results? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then the 15-day Scalar Energy Healing free trial is perfect for you. When you sign up for the Scalar Energy free trial, you'll get 3 free treatments: a pathogenic cleanse, nutrient therapy, and chakra balance for every day of the 15-day trial. Go to creativestrength.us to learn more about this free trial and sign up. There is no credit card required, only your willingness to improve your life. Anyone, anywhere in the world can register for this free trial of Scalar Energy treatments. Healing energy is all around us, and now creativestrength.us has a way to help you harness it to improve your daily life. Only a picture of yourself is needed to be treated with Scalar Energy. Simply email your photo and enjoy the Scalar Energy treatments. You can experience the miraculous, life-changing powers of Scalar Energy healing from the comfort of your own home. Visit creativestrength.us. Change your life for the better, effortlessly. Go to creativestrength.us today.
Hello, Inception Radio Network. Would you like your favorite show to be played again live on air? Well, now the choice is in your hands with IRN's live request portal, an easy way to request your favorite show with a simple click. IRN's live request portal now gives you exclusive access to all the shows. How easy is it? Simply type a show name or a guest name, click request, even write a dedication message, and that's it. Try it now. Simply visit InceptionRadioNetwork.com, click on the live request tab under the show menu. Now playing your favorite show is just a mouse click away.
Are you a fan of Inception Radio Network? Do you reckon it's the best alternative talk radio station on the planet? Well, if you do, head to facebook.com/Inception Radio Network and like the page. Tell your friends, spread the word, and keep listening to the best.
Are you ready for a new experience of freedom and powerful connection? Would you like a positive, effortless change in your life? Then come to CosmicFusion.com, where we offer the most advanced energy clearing and expansion techniques in the world, with a quantum vortex energy to activate your divine blueprint and life's purpose. When your soul leads the way with cosmic fusion and quantum vortex energy, you can break clear of past difficulties and blocks with the power of the source. With cosmic fusion, the source energy does the work for you. It's easy and effortless. Listen to our free meditation right from our Cosmic Fusion website, the Cosmic Code Meditation. Sign up for one of our interactive webinars today. Come to Cosmic Fusion, www.KOSMICfusion.com, to experience an effortless awakening and transformation. Are you ready for an upgrade? Are you ready for a new experience of living in the fifth dimensional magic and powerful connection? Then visit CosmicFusion.com today. CosmicFusion.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girlz Radio. I am your host, Patricia Baker. I'm here with my co-host, PK. And PK, you've got some classes coming up. I wanted to make sure you have a chance to mention those.
Thank you. I'm going to give beginning numerology classes, beginning and then intermediate on the 17th of June. And I'm going to do something again in the fall. So anybody that's interested, let me know. Those that are local will sign up for it. And I'm thinking of doing some via Skype.
Good.
So
that's excellent.
I'll just figure out if everybody gets a chance to figure out who they are and who they're talking to. Sometimes we never know, but by knowing a person's name and their birthday, you can go to town.
Very insightful.
So
Very
true.
insightful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm also going to be offering some dream interpretation groups. So if you're interested, just contact me, P. Baker, at bigpictureagency.com. My email is on the front page and the home page of our website, as is yours, PK. So people can email each of us if they have questions about your numerology classes or questions about the dream groups. But these are tools that will really help you enlighten yourselves, expand your consciousness, and stay with the program, right? Spiritual awareness. We all have to expand that consciousness. And one more thing I want to share. Last week we had Tom Palladino on the show.
Right.
And it was wonderful discussion about scalar energy being able to disassemble pathogens. Now, Tom is offering for everybody a continued free offer. No strings attached, no credit card required, just your name and photograph, and he will treat you for free for 15 days. So go to creativestrength.us. That, again, is creativestrength.us. Send in your photograph, and no questions asked, no money changes hands, and he will treat you. It's a wonderful opportunity to experience scalar. And it's a great energy. It is a free energy that we should have had years ago, but it was kind of stolen from us. Tom is at the forefront of this technology right now. So, creativestrength.us. And we've got lots of questions lining up here, so let's get to them. Michelle Piper is our guest tonight. She is an acclaimed psychic medium. She's been answering questions for everybody. And here is one from Catherine Johnson Sulik. She says, my bathroom ceiling fan light is coming on all by itself. Is someone trying to contact me? It's driving me nuts.
Yes, Catherine. Believe it or not, it's not a family member. It is your guides. You are in a transition period of your life where guides are coming in and out. So we're assigned certain guides at birth, but as we start to evolve and get older, guides can exit our lives and be reassigned and sent back in to do other things for us. The message is this. You are on overkill. You are on overdrive. Your energy is getting depleted. Your focus has been moved away from sort of the path and purpose you've intended to be on, and you're all over the place now. So the message, the reason why I feel it's in the bathroom is because it must be close to, I feel like it's close to where you sleep, and they're trying to get the connection of when you're rested, to speak to you when you're rested. You're very intuitive. You can tap in, and here's what I'd like you to do, Catherine. If you can meditate just a little bit for 5 minutes and get a piece of paper or a journal, I think you're going to get some of the messages from your guides of your path and purpose now. Don't worry about what happened in the past, what mistakes you've made, all that. Focus on the now. And I feel like you're going to be able to journal messages clear and concisely. You do have very intuitive gifts. You're just not fully, your chakras aren't fully open. So I'm not sure if you're really tapping in. And I heard the name, I'm hearing two names actually. I heard the name Matthew, and then I heard the name Joy, Joy. So just remember I said that. So usually they don't tell psychics. No psychic medium should tell you your spirit guide's name. You should be able to get that on your own. So I don't know if those are validations who your guides are talking to you, or if those are actually your guides' names. I hope they're not, only because you're meant to know your guides on your own, but those are the two names I heard. So there's two. There's two reasons why the lights are going off. There's a male and a female. Hope that helps.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
Okay. Yes. Good answer. I don't know why people are using this light green type, and it's making it really hard to read.
Got to get those cheaters.
Thank you. Sky33 is saying, does the guest pick up, that's you, Michelle, does Michelle pick up any message from my sister who passed a few years back?
I get two messages. One, let me make sure I'm hearing this right. Stop wondering the how and the why. Something about God, she's so far away. The timing, something about stop worrying about the how, the why, the timing. I'm okay with it. And she keeps talking about July 22nd, and my voice is vibrating. So I don't know why my voice is being affected. If you notice, I can hardly talk.
Yes.
So there's something with the throat. I don't know if she choked or there's something with the lung or breathing with her passing. But July 22nd is some symbol for her with you, whether it's her death, her birthday, someone's birthday in your family. But the key word is peace and okay, and to stop worrying about why and how.
Okay.
So I hope that helps. But that was so weird. My voice changed.
Yeah.
I could hear it.
I want to watch the video again to see how that happened. Because sometimes you'll see an orb around me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's her name? Catherine. Watch the replay and see if you see an orb, catch an orb around me when my voice changed.
Okay, we'll look for that. Now, this is from Deanne.
Hi, Deanne.
Oh, okay. And before we go to Deanne's question, someone is calling in. This is from our producer, but hanging up. So we do want to let you know the lines are still open. So you can call. So go ahead and call back, and Joe will take care of you and put you in the queue. This is from Deanne, and she is saying, I was told that my career would change by the 27th of September. Do you know what my new job will be?
I don't know why I heard this, but the new job has something to do with Special Olympics. Special Olympics, something with the disabled children, disabled people, and Special Olympics. Very gifted in that area. I'm not sure why. If this is the Deanne I'm thinking, I do know why. I think she may be my regular. But if it's not that Deanne, your energy feels just like her. But I heard Special Olympics.
Okay.
Just tell me if it's Deanne B. B as in
okay. Boy. Yeah. So write that in. It's Deanne B.
Is it?
B as in Bashir.
Yep, that's her. Yep. Okay. So you know why I picked that up, honey. And yes, you will be doing something along that lines, and you will be getting paid to do it. But you'll love what you're doing, and that's what's important.
Really is. That's the most important piece of doing work. Yeah. Okay. Now, Catherine Johnson-Sulik has a response. She says, not her bathroom, but it's her bedroom right over her bed. So that's the light.
That's the light I was,
and holy smokes, I have been on overdrive lately. So she's confirming what you just told her. And I asked if I had a guide about 3 months ago. And I tried to meditate, but I couldn't sit still for more than 2 minutes. I think you nailed it. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
It's really tough, I think, for all of us Americans to sit still. But I will share with all of you a tip that somebody gave me once about doing a walking meditation. You know, go to a labyrinth. There's a lot of labyrinths that have been constructed in cities and towns across the United States. And you can do a walking meditation with the labyrinth. And that seems to work better for us Americans who can't sit still.
That makes good sense.
I have no problem sitting still. My husband will tell you.
Oh, well, good.
I use the labyrinth in the backyard.
Here's another question. This is from Wade Salvo. My son just graduated, and I noticed him playing with his bracelet, thinking about his grandfather. Was he in the chair next to him?
He wasn't in the chair. He was actually to, I feel the chair is up near a window. For some reason, I think this is the child or the son's grandfather was behind the chair because I feel the grandmother was in the chair. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to him. But yes, you're correct. It's just behind the chair, and I keep getting like a bluish color. I'm not sure. My vision is, when I'm not reading you, but my vision is showing me like a bluish, like a grayish bluish color. And I don't know if that's because of the sunlight coming through or whatever, but my point is that he was touching the bracelet. That's why I think your son kept playing with the bracelet. There was actually a vibration. Ask your son, because I think he'll say, Wade, that he felt like there was energy in the bracelet. That was energy being sent from the grandfather. And that is meant to be as a form of protection, because there is a level of fear in your son moving on to this next chapter of his life. He's either afraid to leave home or afraid to start college or afraid to start adult life. There's a little fear, and that was the message coming through, that he's going to be okay. Not the first month after this graduation, not the first month. So I don't know if he's graduating from college going into the work life or graduating from high school going into the adult life. But the first month after this graduation, a little off. So don't get concerned. He will find his way by the end of August. Right around
nice message.
Around the 22nd of August, 24th.
Very nice. Good. Not too long. Not too far ahead.
Not too far.
Now we have Pat on the line, and Pat is waiting to ask your question, Michelle. So, Pat, welcome to the show. What's your question for Michelle?
Hi, Pat.
Pat, you need to unmute yourself and join the show.
Hi, Pat.
Am I unmuted?
You are now.
We can hear you.
Good.
Okay.
Terrific.
There I am. Hi, thank you for taking my call. I'm reading your information here. I am interested in souls and spirits around me, and they seem to be connected to the numbers 444, but I'm not exactly sure. I just feel like there's somebody around me all the time.
Okay, so I can help you with this very quickly. You're always going to have somebody around you all the time for multiple reasons. 1, we have our spirit guides around us. 2, we have our guardian angels around us. 3, we have our loved ones around us. The 444 is spirit communication. Usually, here's the trick that I teach clients, and I'm going to teach it to you. Right when you see that 444, think about what you were just asking yourself out loud or to yourself. Usually, the 444 comes after you've thought something in your head about, do I do this or do that? Is this right or is this wrong? That's usually the most time we see those triplet numbers. So yes, you're correct. Again, it's your guidance. I don't feel it's a family member coming through. I think it's more of your guides trying to give you an answer of yes or no. So what the trick is that from now on, think about exactly what you were thinking right before you saw those triplet numbers, and I can guarantee you it's because they're giving you the answer that you were looking for. So you have the answer in your gut. You don't need a psychic to tell you. You don't even need me or any of us to tell you. You already know. It's in your gut. You have a very strong intuition, but you're second guessing yourself all the time. So Spirit's coming around you saying, listen to us. Here's your answer. Just tap in.
So occasionally I get this voice that comes to me that tells me something that's just completely out of left field, but it's absolutely the truth. Is that a spirit voice, or is that coming from within myself?
Well, so you're intuitive. So it's a spirit voice, but the language, you may be, like I hear spirit speak in spirit language, but your gift may be, it'll channel through and it'll be sounding like your own voice talking to you. That is something that has to be developed. You have to be able to separate ego from what you're really hearing. But I will tell you this, you are hearing accurate, so please don't second guess yourself. You are hearing spirit voice, but the voice you're hearing may sound like your own. As you start to develop, if you can work at it, you may actually hear spirit in the language they speak. You may actually hear, like I hear different voices all the time, and it's not my voice. It's a male or a female. But yes, you are hearing spirit, but it's your guides. I don't feel it's a family member. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very much so. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome,
Bye.
Patricia. Bye.
Thanks, Pat, for joining the show. So here's another question, Michelle. People want to know how to get a hold of you for a private reading. How can they reach you?
So Motherella.com. So my website is www.motherella.com /services, but they can just go to the website and they can book through there. I also have a live call-in service, so they're on my social media pages, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. I post when I'm live taking calls, so they don't need an appointment. They just call in live, kind of how we're doing here in the show, and I take calls, and they can purchase that service through the website as well. So I have two services. I have private readings, 30 minutes, and then I also have live call-in where they may have a dire question they need answered if I'm on from 6 to 8 at night. So they can just call in for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and kind of how we're doing tonight. But Motherella.com.
That's nice.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Yep.
And so that's more of a group type reading where people just take turns asking questions?
Yeah, but they can't hear other people. It's private. I have a private.
Oh, it is.
They have a private line to me where they put in their credit card and they put in their code and they go directly to me privately. But it's quick. Like it's phone after phone after, like how we're doing kind of now, but other people can't hear them. Yeah.
I like that. That's very nice. Now, do you also give classes?
I do. And so those are also posted through my website. And I have an upcoming class called the Soul Transformation Writing class that I created. I also have a meditation class coming up. And my book is releasing on Sunday.
Yay! Oh,
Congratulations.
I cannot wait to see that young lady.
Thank you so much. And so I'm going to be doing a webinar related to the book, and it's called Hurt to Healing, a journal from life to the afterlife. And so that webinar class is free with those who are purchasing the book. And I'll be announcing that class. It's the last Tuesday in June. And for those who live in Chicago, if I could just say really quick, for those who live in the area, I'm signing books live at Flight 112 in Elmhurst, Illinois. So you get to have me, the book, and the signing, and a glass of wine.
Wow. Hey, I'll go anywhere for a glass of wine.
Come on. You can stay with me at my house. I got more than enough room.
My gosh.
Yeah,
you
guys come together.
Party, let me tell you.
But thank you for asking about the classes. I have a lot of classes. Yeah. I actually have a lot of classes coming up very soon after July. Crystal classes, intuitive classes, all kinds of things.
Terrific, because our listeners are always interested.
Thank you.
In finding out about these things, and whether they're local or they're international via Skype or other methods, go to webinars, etc. That's a great thing. Thank goodness that you're available that way. It's just wonderful having you on the show.
Oh, I like being here.
You're just having too much fun. Now, I have another question, and this one is from Catherine, who is asking, how do you know? How do you tell the difference between the voices that you're hearing? What if it's something that's not of the light, but masquerading as something of the light? How do you know?
Okay, I love this question. I can see the masquerade. I'm telling you, my gift is very different than what you see out there, what's written, what you know about. I can pick them out like that. They can't get past me. I don't read I can find malevolent energies coming towards me. I can see them, I can find them, I can feel them, but I can also see them. So when I'm channeling, I can tell if there's a malevolent spirit standing next to a white light spirit. I can see it, and I won't give them the attention. There's a lot of private prayer, Catherine, that goes on in my head when I'm reading people. I don't ever go in a low vibration. I don't have to. I am so high up in a realm that I can, it's almost like I'm looking down in an aquarium. If you can imagine an aquarium, and you know how we look in an aquarium, we see all the fish. Mm-hmm. I'm looking in an aquarium of spirits, and I can see the sharks, and I can see the dories, and I can see the, you know, the what are they like? The muskies.
What about for the average person that doesn't have your gift? How do they tell the difference? I mean, these spirits can take on different forms, and then how do we know who's who?
It's hard. The biggest thing I can tell them is when I'm teaching them to understand energy vibrations of entities trying to come through, the biggest thing I teach is, one, your hair will stand up in a negative way on your arms and back. 2, you will be nauseous. 3, you will have a headache. You will feel nasally, and you have a very unsettled feeling. My husband always knows when I have a bad spirit coming around because I twitch. So I do this a lot. I know when they're coming. And so I teach people that kind of tapping in through feeling, because you may not see them. But I also teach people, if you're ghost hunting or you're trying to, that's why I tell people, don't use Ouija boards, don't start audio. They love to pull their phone. Oh, let me try to capture their spirit. It's like, you don't know what's coming through. Like, they can throw their voice and make it sound like it's a family member, and they're all like, oh, I can't wait to get it on camera. Oh my God. And they're running around and they're, come and talk to me. What do you got to say? You want to talk to me? And I'm thinking, oh my God, what are you doing? You could be attracting in anything. Yes. Yeah. And anything. I think it's, and in our world of media and television, I think it's great. The shows are so interesting, but they're in controlled environments with professionals, and they're protected. And almost all those people on those shows know exactly what they're doing. So it's not for the average person who doesn't know. So I agree. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your body.
Always a mistake, I think, to go and poke the rattlesnake. It is not a good idea to do that. So it is important to know your limits when it comes to this. And if you don't have the kind of gift like you have, where you can really see,
then don't ask, don't talk.
Don't get into it, because you never know what you're going to walk home with. And that will affect your whole family, not just you.
Oh, God, yes. That's the scary part that people don't think of. It isn't just them. It's what goes along with them.
Yeah.
That's right.
I talk about, there's a blog coming up in my blog page, Living with the Afterlife. Actually, my blog page is different. My blog page is livingwiththeafterlife.com. And I'm talking about an upcoming post. I already write 2 months ahead of time. But I talked about Ghosts of the Graveyard. And I talked about that, Patricia, where if you don't know what the energy is, just tell it to leave. If you don't truly know, just ask it to leave. Like, I don't know what you are. I don't know what you want. I don't know who you are. So please just exit. I don't want to talk to you. Or call in the white light yourself, or call in Archangel Michael, or whatever it is for protection. The white or blue light is great to surround ourselves with.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. This has been another exciting evening with you. We're going to have you back when your book's out, so we can talk about that with you. And I know we have other people that want to talk to you. We can't get to everybody tonight. So thanks again for joining us. So informative, so helpful. Yes. Love to you.
Oh,
and all of the spirits around you. You're going to have to go back and look at this and see the spirit that
can't wait
next to you.
A friendly persuasion, right?
That's right. We always have these exciting things happen on our show. We don't just talk the talk. We walk the walk. So
we're not dull and boring. That's all there is to it.
Next week, again, everybody, we will be taking a vacation because our producer's taking a vacation. And we won't be traveling with him, but we will be replaying one of our very exciting shows with Don Oscar. Don't miss it. And we'll be back the following week. We've got Bigfoot, we've got UFOs, we've got ET experts, we've got it all. So we'll see you until then on the Blue Highway. Good night, everybody.
Good
night.
You bring your phone everywhere. Work, school, the movies. Now you can bring it to an Xfinity store for an easy way to switch to Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network designed to save you money. You can get up to 5 lines of talk and text included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost, so all you pay for is data. It's never been easier to switch to Xfinity Mobile and keep the phone you love. Click here to see how. Sorry, I gotta take this. Restrictions apply. Limited to select mobile phones. Requires activation of a new line of Xfinity Mobile. Up to 5 devices per account. New Xfinity Internet customers limited to up to 2 lines pending activation of Internet service.